part came in. I took this off, door handle off of the entire door. It's just a couple clips. Be careful with it. I cut the wire to the regulator that holds the window up, because you have to be able to slide this window up and down. There's a bolt here and there's a bolt on this side you can't see. Those two have to come off in order to release it from the regulator, release the window. There's one bolt up here, 3 10mm bolts down here to hold the regulator in place. I'm gonna leave it on there. I'm gonna undo the top bolt first. All right, top one, just break it loose. And I'm gonna undo my window now and get it out of my way. One side I'll be able to get with a socket, the other one I'll have to do with a wrench. But I'm just going to reach in here. Break that loose. I gotta reach in to get the one on this side that you can't see. I think I can get it with just a wrench here. There it is. Hold the window while you do this. Don't want the window falling. Now I've separated my window. What I usually do is I'll push this up and I'll take a couple of my wedges on the outside and put them between the glass and the weather strip for my couple of these panel removers, and I'll wedge the glass in place so it won't move. That way it won't fall if they put one on either end just to hold it in place. That's enough to hold it in place so it won't go anywhere. Now I can come down to these 3 bottom ones. We'll take them out. Try to get this out of my way. There's one. Two. I've unclipped, when I showed the first part, I unclipped all those push-in pins for the motor, except for this one here maybe. We'll see what else, if I have anything else that I have to undo as well. I don't know yet. There's something inside, I don't know what that was, but I have to unplug my motor again because I plugged it back in just to make sure it wouldn't get in the way of anything connected. There it is. Slide this out. That's pretty much it. Let me see what fell down in there when I was working. I heard something. Part of the motor, it looks like. Oh, the top part of the regulator. That's the top part piece that goes right there. New regulator here, we're going to slide it in. It's a little tight. You got to kind of pull in and push a little bit on the glass here for this piece to get in the top, but not that hard to get in there. Just kind of line it up. Watch what you're doing. Got to get it in between the 2 bolts that attaches to the actual glass. We'll get a nut on that, hang it up here first so it doesn't go anywhere on us. Try to get you some light. You can see. Oh, just tried to get loose on me. We'll just get that started. Now we're going to the bottom 3 bolts. goes up here. There's a little hook comes through the door here, a little plastic hook that you have to get through the slot that lines you up. Just start all 3 of your bolts before you tighten any of them. Make sure you can get them all started. All right, let me tighten them up. Okay. Don't forget your electrical connector. You gotta reach down here, plug it back into your motor. Take a little protective cover off my motor. Protects the. Click back in now. There's a couple push pins that came out of this harness. Gotta find them. We're gonna put them back in. Plug that back in. I know they're here. There's one of them right there. One. I think there might be one more. Yep, one more. One down the bottom, 3 of them. Took them out, put them back. That's it for them. Alright, so I've got to get this window back onto that mechanism on the regulator so we can bolt it back up, and unfortunately it's blocked. Well, maybe not. I might be able to get to it. It might be just low enough to sneak in through this hole to get these lined up. So I'm going to let my window down and set it on there. And we're going to put the bolts back in, I hope. Otherwise we'll have to connect the connector up. If it's in a place where you can't get to it, you're going to have to plug the harness back in and then work your motor to move the mechanism up and down to get it to where you can get to those bolts and bolt it back together. Just got to carefully slide it down here. I'll show you what I mean. I'll bring you in and I'll show you. So you see there's that mechanism right there. I'm sitting right there on it, so I think I can sneak in and get both of those bolts. We're going to just bolt that back on. Put you back over here. I don't even know what you're saying. You're saying something. I don't know what you're saying, but you're saying something. Carefully. I don't want to drop these and have to fish them out of the door 5 times, if possible. That's right on the edge of me being able to get at it. I'm going to line it up with fingers first. Get it started, make sure it's not cross-threaded. Got one. This one's not in right though. This one's, let's see right now, there we go. Line this one up too. Just see that it wasn't quite right. Okay, got to tighten up. I'm going to plug this back in, make sure it's where it's supposed to be before we put everything back together. Just plug my harness back in here temporarily. Get this stuff out of my way. So attach my connector here. You want to go turn the key on for me? You want to turn your ignition on for me? You don't have to start it, just turn the key on so the windows will work. You can shut it off.
Just ignition?
Yeah, just the ignition. See, try your driver's side door. See if the mirror window works.
No.
Not quite, right?
No.
Push it and hold it for a second. All right, just let it run. It's fine, let it run. All right, so we can test the window. Make sure it goes up all the way. It goes down. Pull it back up. Looks good. You'll try it from your side. Try the control from the driver's side door to this. Yeah, leave it there. Good. So I'm going to actually go through, but I want to clean this window first before we put it back up so I can get at it. It needs to be cleaned. We'll do that. You can shut it off. All right, so I've got this bracket here. I've got to put that back in. Don't want to forget that. So that I'm done. Don't forget that. You will not be happy. Again, let me do my connector here again.
You never thought of having a business where you fix cars?
Have I thought about it, or?
Yeah, you haven't ever thought about it?
I don't know if my body could take it at this point. If I was a lot younger, I'd probably do it because I enjoy it more.
Yeah.
But it does beat you up. I mean,
I'm sure.
It does beat you up, and without a lift, which I would, if I was going to do it, as a business, I would definitely have a lift, and I still want to get a lift because it just makes things so much easier. And one of the biggest things with lift is, it not only makes certain jobs possible that you really can't do, or it's really hard to do without it, but it takes less of a toll on your body too. Crawling in and out of the cars all the time and laying on the floor, and I've done my share of that, more than my share of it.
Well, we could employ people maybe.
Huh?
Well, you could employ people maybe.
Yeah, not in this state, I wouldn't, but not here. It's too expensive. But, yeah, possibly. Never know. All right, now let's put this powder back on. Don't forget that bracket. Of course, we'll test this once again, just to make sure the door's back on there, everything works. But that's pretty much it. Not a bad job. Not too hard. Well, that's it for the, what year, 2011?
2015.
2015, I forgot what year it was, but 2015 Honda CR-V
Yes.
with a bad window regulator motor. Not a very difficult job, pretty simple. Nastiest sealer for the inside panel, that waterproof panel I've ever encountered. Just really nasty, but it is what it is. I'm sure it works. If you have to do this for your car, I hope it helps you out. If you like the videos, subscribe below. Thanks for watching.